Who are the top free agents in 2021? Well, luckily, you're in the right place here. Now, before we get into that, I do want to tell you about this deal going on, chatsports.com/NFL Friday, where you can get NFL jerseys up to 50% off. Heck, Tom, some of them as low as $46.99. Let's get into it. The number one player here in our free agent list in 2021, Dak Prescott.
I will not listen to any insinuations otherwise. Dak Prescott, even coming off that broken ankle, is the best free agent available in the 2021 NFL free agency class. You don't find top 10 quarterbacks on the open market, at least not in their prime.
Sure.
Like, yeah, Teddy or Tom Brady and Phil Rivers hit the open market at the ends of their career. Kirk Cousins hit the open market. Dak's better than those guys right now. There's a reason this Cowboys offense up until last week was hot trash without Dak Prescott. He matters.
Back-to-back years, Dak Prescott is Chat Sports' number one NFL
and
free
I'm
agent.
right.
Will he be on it next year? Find out. Seriously, though, who's the best?
He very well might.
Who's the best NFL free agent in 2021? I want everyone to go down in the comments section and let us know. Wide receiver Allen Robinson, extend A-Rob, pay A-Rob, and yet the Bears.
They paid Trent Cohen. They paid the running back, the backup running back instead. I got a lot of players on this list, 20 in total, so we'll move fairly quickly here for you. I just want everyone to picture, this is Allen Robinson's production, again, through 11 games, with Mitchell Trubisky and Nick Foles at quarterback. He's got 755 yards. With Trubisky and Foles.
Where's
Put him with a
Blake
good
Bortles?
quarterback. Oh, my God. Imagine how good he would be.
He had 1,400 yards with
Imagine
Blake
if they
Bortles.
threw him the damn ball.
Unbelievable.
Just imagine.
All right, another wide receiver at number 3, Chris Godwin. Both guys went to Penn State.
I struggled with 3 and 4 in particular because they're both receivers, fun fact. Look, Chris Godwin's been super productive. He's still very young. The Bucs should not let him walk.
Agreed.
If they are smart, they will retain him. And there's been some injury problems for Godwin this year, but he's played a little bit more than a number 4 player, another wide receiver. That is Kenny Golladay, who I think might be more your prototypical number 1 outside guy, maybe
Agreed.
a little bit more than Godwin. And again, that's no disrespect. I do wonder if the injury is going to drive down his cost at all. In the end, I don't think so. I think all 3 of these guys are asking for and should expect to get Amari Cooper money.
Ooh, so that's like 5 years, $100 million. That's like $60 million guaranteed.
They're all in the same tier.
Wow.
They are all legitimate number 1 wide receivers. Maybe A-Rob's age hurts him a little bit, but if I'm their teams, my receiving core is not as good, especially the Bears and Lions without those 2 guys. I'm just going to pay him.
So pick a wide receiver, type K for Kenny Golladay, type C for Chris Godwin, or I want you to type A for Allen Robinson. Let's go to the defensive side of the football now. Justin Simmons, I believe he was in our top 5 last year, finds himself on the list again.
Simmons is one of the best young safeties in the NFL, and maybe one of the best players you haven't heard of because he's a Denver Broncos safety. Simmons' production this year, again, through Week 11, 4 interceptions and 7 pass
no fly
breakups.
zone.
He's been awesome. He has been an absolute playmaker. I think this is a player that Denver needs to pay. They did not offer him top 5 money. Tell you what, they should do it now.
All right, we got some pass rushers coming up. At number 6, Yannick and Ngakoue. And it's weird because I'm trying to figure out, oh, wait, Jags. Oh, wait, no. The Vikings. Oh, wait, no. Oh, yeah, he's on the Baltimore Ravens now. Just bouncing all over the place. Tom.
Yeah, he's had a very unusual season. He's because of the bouncing around and learning all these different schemes and stuff. I think that's
impacted him.
They're going to be a little bit nicer to him as a result in terms of other NFL teams. He's still going to put up 8+ sacks again this year. I think when the season's over, he's at 6 right now. He'll get to 8. If you can get 8 sacks every year, man, you pay that and you're happy about it.
At number 7 from the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's Bud Dupree.
Look, Bud Dupree had a really good year last year,
Great
but
year.
It was in his contract year, and I'm like, maybe it's a 1-year wonder.
I was on the don't pay Bud Dupree train.
He's got 8 sacks already this year.
Yep.
He did it again. When you can prove it back-to-back years, that's really going to alleviate concerns around the NFL. I think he's about to get the bag in a significant way.
I know you love this guy, number 8, Shaq. I'm actually surprised he wasn't number 1.
I was right about Shaq Barrett.
Yes,
he was
you were.
I'm like,
19.5 sacks.
People should go sign him. He was hidden behind a good Denver defense. Hasn't been as good this year. He's still on pace to finish with like 9 sacks. So the 19.5, he was never going to repeat that. It's dropped maybe a little bit more than you might expect.
I think, though, those sack numbers came down because this is like
And JPP's been really good across from him, too.
Yeah, well, Tampa Bay's defense is a lot different in general. I mean, plus, think about how much they threw last year, and teams were throwing on the Bucs all the time. So I think it's a little bit different this year.
Yeah.
So we just talked about 3 edge rushers. If you had to pick one, who would you go with? Yannick Ngakoue, Bud Dupree, Shaq Barrett, or would you want somebody else? Maybe you want a different edge rusher you'd go out and sign a free agency. Comment their name below. So N for Yannick Ngakoue, B for Shaq Barrett, type D for Bud Dupree, or if you would put somebody else over him, maybe a Jadeveon Clowney, he's coming up. Comment their name below. First offensive lineman, Brandon Scherff.
Look, he has had a fantastic year for the Washington football team. He got tagged last year by Washington. Now, he's missed a little bit of time this year due to injury, but he is playing as if he is one of the outright best guards in the NFL. And what do we know about offensive line play in the NFL, Mitch?
It's important.
And it's bad. They are not. NFL teams think they can bring in these raw young guys, and we're going to make them great. And
Nope.
the hit rate's terrible. You have an elite offensive guard. He's going to command a significant amount of money on the open market.
Somebody that used to be on Washington, Trent Williams, he's now a member of the 49ers, and as you can see, he's our top tackle.
I docked some players due to age because that's how the NFL works. When you're 33 years old, as Trent Williams is about to turn in the offseason, you're not going to be as valued as, say, a 28-year-old at the same position because your prime is on the decline. You're no longer ascending or whatever. But he's still playing at a very high level, maybe not quite peak Trent Williams, and you worry a little bit about a potential decline for Trent, but you don't find top-end left tackles easily on the open market. If the Niners want to keep him, they're going to have to pay. I mean, if you're the Bengals, aren't you just throwing money at this guy? Surely, right?
If you're looking for NFL videos in the offseason, guess what? We will continue to make free NFL videos in the offseason. And honestly, Tom, I think the offseason is the most fun personally. So make sure you guys subscribe to Chat Sports. Click that big red button. And if you already sub, hey, we appreciate it. Take that link, youtube.com/chatsportstv. Send it to some friends. Let's get this channel growing. Let's get up to 225K. We only need 1,000 more by the end of this live show. Aaron Jones, the first running back. There's a lot of running backs, but how come Aaron Jones, he's so great? Why isn't he top 10?
Well, because running backs don't matter that much. Look, Aaron Jones' efficiency actually has gone up a little bit this year based on a yards per carry average basis. The numbers are still good. He's going to approach that 1,000-yard mark. I think he's a 1,000-yard rusher. I liked him the most out of the James Conner, Chris Carson grouping.
Yep.
And he's always has had a nose for the end zone. I think you can give him a bigger workload if you want. I just don't know what you pay this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what the running back market looks like.
I think he's going to end up wanting to get money like Derrick Henry, maybe that $10 million, but maybe he settles for like Joe Mixon type money.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. But how about this? So we always ask, do punters matter? Do kickers matter? Do running backs matter? Y for yes, N for no. Obviously, it's a very important position in football. However,
is it though?
You can interchange a lot of players and you still get production. I mean, I love Christian McCaffrey. Look what Mike Davis is
Running
doing.
backs matter. That doesn't mean you should pay them a massive amount of money.
Okay.
That's my answer. So I'm typing in yes, but with a big asterisk there.
Patrick Peterson at number 12.
Yeah, back-to-back names everyone knows. The issue is, look, Patrick Peterson is no longer prime Patrick Peterson. Now, we've seen corners recapture that. Terrence Newman did it when the Cowboys cut him. Xavier Rhodes did it this year with Indianapolis, doing the reverse Mike Zimmer move. Maybe Peterson can recapture that. He does turn 31 in the offseason. I would still gamble on him, but the 3 interceptions, 6 pass breakups, he's been beat a lot more often than we normally see out of him. So just keep that in mind.
We're going to stick at the cornerback position. William Jackson from Cincinnati Bengals.
Potential hot take. When Patrick Peterson signs his deal and William Jackson signs his deal, Jackson might get paid more. Not because Jackson's obviously a better corner right now, but he is significantly younger. Former first-round pick. I know he plays for the Bengals and people don't pay attention. That's fine. If you're looking for a promising number 1 young corner, maybe have a James Bradbury-like breakout year once he signs a contract, Jackson's your guy.
Maybe the most underrated linebacker in football, Lavonte David. And
you know how I feel about Lavonte David. He was way too low on the NFL's crap top 100 list. He is on the wrong side of 30. He's also an off-ball linebacker. So relative to their positions talent-wise, David should be higher than 14. but I'm not convinced the market will be as robust because of the age and because of the position. Remember, linebackers are the running backs of the defense.
A very robust market. You know what I'm talking about. Chatsports.com/NFL Friday. Maybe you guys need a new face mask. We got you covered. Jerseys got you covered. The holidays right around the corner, and I've been told a great stocking stuffer, T-shirts, sweatpants, hats, all of it, and it is all on sale. But I'm just going to be honest with you. This stuff is going to go super quick. So I'm telling you right now, take advantage of these deals while it lasts. So, Tom, there were jerseys up to 50% off, $46.99. Heck, there were T-shirts like $12.
Yeah.
Mind-blowing. Chatsports.com/NFL Friday.
That cheap. You just don't.
Joe THUNEY at number 15. We're going to go a little bit quicker.
Not as good as Brandon Straff, not as good as Trent Williams, but you know what? He is a starting caliber offensive lineman, maybe bordering on top 10 at his position. That means that guy gets paid a lot. If you're a team like, I'll mention them again, the Bengals, going from Michael Jordan to Joe THUNEY, hey, maybe Joe Burrow wouldn't have destroyed his knee if you had him instead.
So these players didn't quite make our top 20 list, but they definitely deserve to be mentioned. Cam Newton and all that hair, Hunter Henry, Will Fuller, T.Y. Hilton, Chris Carson. Again, didn't quite make our top 20, but definitely should be other players
As players
mentioned.
get tagged and as they get re-signed,
Correct.
I think you'll see some of these names get into the final once free agency starts list for us here at Chat Sports.
Anthony Harris next up here, and when I look at the safeties, I do think it's between Anthony Harris and it's between Justin Simmons.
I don't think it's a discussion.
I don't think it's a discussion anymore, but I would have made the argument for Harris last season.
I tried to
Simmons,
tell you, it's been Justin Simmons. Now, he's regressed a little bit this year. No interceptions after 9 his previous 2 seasons. He's still a very good football player. I don't think he's in that top 5, top 10 conversation the same way Justin Simmons is, but he's more likely to actually reach the open market, though, at least I think.
So let us know in the comments section. Shout out a sleeper free agent. What are you looking for exactly? Like a Levante David? Because to me, he doesn't have the value.
Not Levante David. I'm looking for this year's Shaq Barrett.
Okay.
Guy who signs a 1-year prove-it deal somewhere else and has a breakout season and then gets the bag the next year after that. That's what I'm looking for when I'm saying sleeper free agent, under-the-radar guys.
Oh, this guy's not under the radar. Richard Sherman's been one of the best in the biz for a long time. He's number 17.
There might be some a position change coming down the road for Sherman from corner to safety. He hasn't played much this year, but he can still hang as a corner, and I think will make a good safety as well. I think there will be interest in a big-time name.
Here's some other top defensive options. You got Dalvin Tomlinson, Quentin Dunbar, Ryan Kerrigan, absolutely love him. Matt Judon, there's a big-time edge rusher.
This is a hell of an edge rusher class.
Yes.
I mean, the Ravens cannot afford Judon and Yannick, so one of those guys will be out there. Kerrigan might be on his way out of Washington. Melvin Ingram, they just paid Bosa a massive amount of money. If you're in the need for a veteran edge rusher, this could end up being your season.
I'm also in the need for some good juju. At number 18, I mean, he probably would have been my top receiver maybe like 2 years ago, and now just really falling down the list.
The production's dipped a little bit. I still like him a lot, but he's no longer a top 10 free agent like we thought he was going to be.
Leonard Williams, some of the best hair in the business, number 19 on our list.
He's had a big-time bounce-back season, already at 5 sacks, 7 tackles for loss. This is the guy the Giants traded for. Knowing the way Dave Gettleman feels about defensive linemen, I bet he'll try to re-sign him.
And oh, how the mighty have fallen. Jadeveon Clowney was number 1 for basically like from July, August, all those months. Finds himself now at number 20 on our list here.
Look, the sack production's gone.
I don't know where it is.
The pressure rate is still good.
0
He's
sacks.
got no sacks this year, though 3 sacks last year. He's still an impactful player, but if you're paying a guy that much money, you need at least some sack production, and Clowney just doesn't have it anymore. It's really weird.